University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Rajan.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge. Tonight we continue the second round of fixtures in our double elimination quarter-final stage. The teams returning for this match both won their first quarter-finals, meaning if they win again here, they'll join Edinburgh in the semis, and if they lose, they'll still have one last chance to do the same. This year's team from Sheffield started their series campaign with a loss to fellow quarter-finalists Warwick, but have won all three of their matches since, beating New College Oxford in the highest-scoring loser playoffs, Strathclyde in round two, and Darwin College Cambridge in their first quarter-final. Against Darwin, they demonstrated great knowledge of international politics, Test cricket and the poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning, but had a little more difficulty with questions on Joseph Beuys and shellac. And coming into this match, their average score per game is around 200. Let's meet the team from Sheffield once again.
Hi, I'm Rhys Lewis. I'm from Haverfordwest in Pembrokeshire and I'm studying maths.
Hi, I'm Abdurrahman Al-Saisi. I'm from Alexandria, Egypt, and I study engineering.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Jacob Price. I'm from Heatherset in Norfolk and I study astrophysics.
Hi, I'm Isabel Dobby. I'm from Haringey in North London and I study English literature.
Their opponents tonight are this year's team from Imperial, who also lost their first game of the competition against Churchill College, Cambridge. They bounced back with a repechage win over fellow Londoners SOAS and then beat Southampton in round two to become the sixth team from Imperial to reach our quarter-finals in the last 7 years. In their last match, they defeated Warwick by a comfortable margin and along the way gave some very impressive answers on Gothic literature, African geography and Hawaiian food. Imperial's average score so far is exactly 190 points per game. Let's meet them for the fifth time.
Hi, I'm Raheem Dina. I'm originally from Seychelles and I'm doing a PhD in ecology and evolution.
Hi, I'm Eugenia Tong. I'm from Hong Kong and I study chemistry.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Oscar O'Flanagan. I'm from London and I'm doing a PhD in atmospheric physics.
Hi, I'm Justin Kung. I'm from Hong Kong and I study computing.
Well, it's very nice to see you all, and I think you know how this works. So let's get straight into it. Fingers on buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Good luck. What is the common English name of Cymbopogon citratus, a plant in the family Poaceae that is native to Southeast Asia and is used widely in the various cuisines of that region? In Thailand, it is known as ta krai, and its slim, pale green, fibrous stems are a key ingredient in curry pastes and the soup tom yum goong, imparting a citrusy flavour with floral and gin.
Sheffield Price.
Lemongrass?
It is lemongrass, yes, well done. 3 questions for you on a play by Shakespeare, Sheffield. According to Samuel Taylor Coleridge, which play was the most painful, or rather the only painful part of Shakespeare's works? Its characters include novice nun Isabella and her brother Claudio, who is sentenced to death at the beginning of the play for having extramarital sex.
This is measure for measure.
Measure for measure? Yeah. Measure for measure?
Yes. Which unofficial poet laureate wrote The Law Against Lovers, an adaptation of Measure for Measure that includes characters from Much Ado About Nothing? His 1656 work, The Siege of Rhodes, is regarded as the first English opera.
I mean, it's not Dryden because he was official.
Okay. I don't any idea.
Did Marvell do... Just go for Marvell.
Marvell?
No, it's Sir William Davenant. Measure for Measure includes a plot device known as a bed trick. In which other Shakespeare play does Helena set up a bed trick in which she takes Diana's place in Bertram's bed?
Oh, this is one of the really annoying ones. Two Gentlemen of Verona.
Two Gentlemen of Verona?
One of the annoying ones. No, it's All's Well That Ends Well.
Okay.
Another starter question. Which Anglican cathedral in the north of England contains the Five Sisters window, the only memorial in the UK dedicated exclusively to women who died in the First World War? The window itself dates from the 13th century, but was rededicated and restored in the 1920s using lead from Rievaulx Abbey, which is located around 25 miles north of the cathedral in question.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Durham.
No. Anyone want to have a guess?
Sheffield Lewis.
Newcastle?
No, it's York Minster. Let's start the question. La Ayoun, or El Ayoun, is the largest city in which...
Sheffield Price.
Western Sahara?
It is indeed, well done. Your bonuses are on South American cowboys. What general name is given to the horsemen of the large South American region known as the Pampas, and particularly associated with Argentina? One of their first representations in literature is in Martin Fierro, an epic poem by Jose Hernandez, published in 2 parts in the 1870s.
Yeah, it is Gauchos. Yeah. Gauchos?
Yes, the groups of cowherds known as the Chalanes and the Morochucos can be found primarily in which country? The name of the latter derives from a Quechua word for their multicoloured headgear.
It's Quechua, it could be Bolivia or Peru.
Yeah.
Peru because of the Inca thing, but I don't know. If you do Bolivia, then go.
Because it's the Incas, right? Is that not?
No, I'm not sure. Like
Quechua isn't official.
Go for that. Go for it.
Peru.
It is Peru, well done. Llaneros are herdsmen that operate on the large area of grasslands known as the Llanos, which stretches across which 2 South American countries?
I want to say Argentina.
No, I
I think we're north.
Wait, no, that's is it Gran Colombia? So that's Colombia and what?
Ecuador,
Venezuela.
Sure.
Yeah.
Colombia and Venezuela.
Well worked out, it is indeed, yeah. Let's start the question. Officially abolished by the Local Government Act of 1888, what administrative category was used for areas in which the monarch had devolved powers to a private landowner, with prominent examples including Ripon, Ely, St Albans and Havering? In reference to the latter, the term in question was adopted in November 2024 as the new name of the line on the London Overground running from Romford to Upminster.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Liberty.
It is Liberty, well done. Your bonuses, Imperial, 3 questions on particle physics. Coined by Homi Bhabha in 1939, what name is given in particle physics to the family of subatomic particles that consist of a quark and an antiquark? They are a subclass of hadrons.
Mesons.
Yeah. Which Greek letter denotes the type of meson discovered by Ehud Pevsner in 1961, consisting of a mixture of up, down and strange quarks and their antiquarks? Their discovery completed the meson octet proposed in the eightfold way model.
I don't know, K-mesons perhaps? Wait, Kappa? Wait,
Was it that random thing in the book yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? Upsilon.
No, it's the eta meson.
Oh.
Which Greek letter denotes the lightest type of meson, discovered in 1947 through the study of cosmic rays? It can be positively charged, negatively charged, or neutral, depending on the specific combination of up and down quarks and antiquarks.
Pions. Pi
Yes,
meson.
correct. Well done. Let's start the question. It's a picture round now. And for your picture starter, you're going to see a map on which 2 European cities have been marked. For 10 points, I need you to name both.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Dortmund and Frankfurt.
No. Anyone from Sheffield, you can have a bit more time.
Sheffield Price.
Cologne and Frankfurt.
No, it's Cologne and Mainz. Bad luck. Fingers on buzzers. Often divided up into categories including presentational, procedural and descriptive, what 2-word name is given in computing to the text encoding systems that determine the structure and formatting of documents? Notable examples include...
Sheffield Assisi.
Markup language.
Yes, it is. Well done. For your picture starter, you saw Mainz and Cologne, the 2 cities mentioned in the title of the first guidebook printed by Carl Baedeker, originally published in 1828. For your picture bonuses, you'll see maps showing 3 more pairs of cities mentioned in the titles of Baedeker's guidebooks. Again, I want you to name both cities in each case. First, this pair from a guidebook printed in 1873.
Is that Constance?
What
I would say this one down here is Constance, and then
Was it
Rotterdam maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Constance and Rotterdam.
Well done. Secondly, this pair from a guidebook printed in 1914. Here, I'll accept either the modern names of the cities or the names as they appeared in the book's title.
It's Qingdao and is that Beijing? No, Beijing's the.
Shanghai.
Well, because if it's surrounded by Tianjin, that.
Should we just say Tianjin and Qingdao then?
Well, I think it might just be Beijing. Well, up to you.
Okay, sure. Beijing and Qingdao.
Bad luck. It's Beijing and Dalian, or as they were, Peking and Port Arthur. Lastly, this pair mentioned in the title of a 1911 guidebook.
Belgrade and Bucharest, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Belgrade and Bucharest.
It is. Well done. Let's start the question. What military rank links the titles of all of the following? A 1921 short story by Catherine Mansfield about 2 sisters whose tyrannical father has just died. A 1961 novella by Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Colonel.
Well done. It is indeed, yeah. Your bonuses are on Alpine cheeses, Imperial. In each case, name the cheese being described. First, a French semi-soft cheese from the Haute-Savoie department with a mild nutty flavour and thin rind. Its name is derived from a French word meaning to remilk, referring to a 13th century farming practice whereby farmers would remilk their cows after the churns had been counted to avoid paying tax.
I don't know. It's
What's milk in French?
it's lait, but it's going to be like old French. It's going to be something weird. Reblochon.
Well done. Secondly, an Italian cheese originating in a namesake plateau in the Veneto region with 2 main varieties, the softer Pressato and the crumbly, more mature D'Alevo variety.
What's provolone?
That's like a American. I don't know. I
Okay,
feel like it's,
well,
not,
never
crum-
mind.
it's not crumbly.
No, okay. Crumbly Italian. Pass.
Asiago. Finally, a firm Swiss cheese with distinctive holes that are a result of its hard rind trapping gases released during fermentation. It takes its name from a valley, itself named after a river in the canton of Bern.
River.
Something Tan?
What?
No, something Tan. Oh.
Tan? What? Emmental or
It's a
something?
famous Swiss cheese, no?
Is Emmental Swiss? No.
Oh.
Emmental?
Yes, correct. Well done. Well worked out. Let's start the question. I'm looking for the name of a country here. In climbing, routes known as BIG and Silence are two of the only 3 climbing routes to have a suggested grade of 9C, the most difficult in the French rating system, and can both be found in which Europe...
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Norway?
It is Norway. Well done. 3 questions for you, Imperial, on a term in social science. What 2-word term was coined by author and theorist Shoshana Zuboff to designate, quote, the unilateral claiming of private human experiences as free raw material for translation into behavioural data, particularly by large tech companies?
Big,
Yeah. Big data, data scraping,
No, but it's not data, so it's not big data.
okay.
No, it's like big data. Is it?
big data.
That book of hers was called The Age of Surveillance Capitalism. In a 2014 article, John Bellamy Foster and Robert W. McChesney tied surveillance capitalism to the rise of which phenomenon defined as the long-term growth of speculation on securities and derivatives relative to GDP?
Speculation on securities, derivatives. Okay.
No.
So something financial.
Sorry.
No. Short selling.
It is something financial. It's financialisation. Science fiction author Bruce Sterling has written on the relationship between surveillance capitalism and what technological concept that emphasises the connectivity between different technologies across a network, generally abbreviated as
Internet of Things.
IoT.
Oh, yeah. Internet of Things.
No, FIOT.
Imperial, I have to take your first answer, but luckily for you, it's correct.
Okay.
Let's start the question. Which book of the Bible did Martin Luther describe as the most important piece of the New Testament and the purest gospel? Luther controversially added the word alone to his translation of a passage in this, said to be the longest Pauline epistle, to support his interpretation that justification was only by faith and not by works.
Sheffield Dobby.
John?
No.
Imperial Dina.
Galatians.
No, it's the epistle to the Romans. Let's start the question. The arid landscape type known in Italian as calanchi is often known in English by what word, originating in the US? Notable examples of this type of terrain characterised by jagged, tooth-like rock...
Sheffield Price.
Mesas.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Tooth-like rock formations caused by erosion can be found in the national park named after it in the US state of South Dakota.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Badlands.
It is Badlands. Well done. Your bonuses are on works by the architect and photographer Hiroshi Sugimoto that engage with works by other artists. In 2001, Sugimoto produced a pair of paintings in photographs inspired by the Shorinzu folding screens of Hasegawa Tohaku. Both works are views of what type of coniferous tree? A single word, common name is enough here.
Is ginkgo coniferous?
I don't know. But
It's gotta be
Japanese
something
things. Oh, Sakura? No.
Sakura.
No, that's not coniferous. I'd rather go with ginkgo, but I think
Okay,
it could be
go
something
ginkgo.
else. Ginkgo.
No, it's pine trees. Sugimoto's 2003 photo series, Joe, is a collection of views of a large sculptural installation by which American artist who died in 2024. Located in the Pulitzer Arts Foundation, the sculpture consists of a huge sheet of pre-rusted steel torqued into a spiral.
Pre-rusted. Died recently. Any sculptors who died recently?
No.
Well, this one,
I
apparently.
don't know. No.
Johnson.
That's Richard Serra. For his 2004 series, The Wooden Box, Sugimoto photographed a replica of The Bride stripped bare by her bachelors, Even, also known as The Large Glass, a work completed in 1923 by which French artist?
Oh, no.
French. I don't know.
Matisse, though.
Matisse?
Oh,
Do you think?
Oh, no. I don't know. Matisse, it's... Oh.
Any? Matisse.
It's Marcel Duchamp.
Oh.
Okay.
Another start around now, and it's a music starter. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music from 1884. For 10 points, name the composer.
Sheffield Lewis.
Grieg.
Yes, well done. It is Edvard Grieg. For your music starter, you heard Grieg's Saraband from his Holberg suite. For your music bonuses, you'll hear 3 more classical pieces for triple time dances. From here, I want you to name the type of dance you hear, in each case reflected in the name of the piece. First, this piece by Chopin.
Polonaise. Yeah. Polonaise.
No, it's Mazurka.
Oh, it's the other one.
Next, this piece by Clara Schumann.
Don't know.
Have any idea, like, what kind of timing? Or...
Well, like 1840, so it could be like a minuet, but I doubt it. What else did you write? You wrote. It's not try minuet.
Minuet.
Yeah. Minuet.
No, it's Bolero. Finally, this piece by Germaine Taillefer.
I've not heard of this at all. Try a
Do you have a
waltz.
guess?
A
Yeah,
waltz.
just-
Waltz.
Yes, it is a waltz. Well done. Let's start the question. Which metallic element is the most common catalyst used in the Hiyama reaction, the Still reaction, the Suzuki reaction, and the Heck reaction?
Imperial Tom.
Palladium.
It is palladium. Well done. Puts you in the lead. 3 questions for you, Imperial, on an academic journal. Founded by August Krell in 1826, the periodical, commonly known simply as Krell's Journal, publishes research in which academic discipline? Contributors to its first issue included Jakob Steiner and Carl Jacobi.
Carl Jacobi. Jakob Steiner. I feel like I've read these before. But...
Jacobi is Jacobi like Jacobian of Jacob. Like,
What's it, maths maybe?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maths?
Yes, mathematics. Krell supported and published the early career work of several notable mathematicians, including papers on the convergence conditions for Fourier series and proof of Fermat's last theorem for n equals 5, by which German mathematician born 1805?
1805. So I don't think this is Gauss. Name a non-Gauss German mathematician.
When is Mozart from?
No, oh, this is, maybe it's Gauss. Anyone else we could think of?
When is Mozart from?
Notice later. Gauss.
No, that's Dirichlet. The first 2 issues of Krell's journal included 10 papers by which Norwegian mathematician, born 1802, of whom Krell was a champion and close friend. These papers included an elaboration of his proof of the insolubility of the quintic.
it's just
Oh,
Abel,
yeah.
Abel.
Abel.
Yep, Niels Abel. Let's start the question. The first of cinematographer Agnes Godard's many collaborations with which French film director was the 1988 film Chocolat, this director's feature film debut, on which Godard was a camera operator. Godard went on to act as cinematographer on 9 of this director's feature films, including Let the Sunshine In, 35 Shots of Rum, Trouble Every Day, and Beau Travail.
Imperial Dina.
Bresson.
No. Anyone want to have a guess? No, I'll tell you, it's Claire Denis. Let's start the question. What 6-letter word can precede conservatism in the name given by historian Mark Philp to the populist form of English loyalism of the 1790s? Modernism, in a term coined by critic J. Hoberman for instances of self-conscious irony in 20th century American culture, and Latin, to designate the vernacular form of the language.
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Vulgar.
It is vulgar. Well done. 3 questions for you, Imperial, on a film trilogy. Which Indian director's works include a set of 3 films made in the 1950s known collectively as the Apu trilogy, which chronicle the life of a young Bengali man of that name through his childhood and early adulthood?
Ray, R-A-Y.
Ray.
Well done. This is a great Satyajit Ray, yeah. Meaning Song of the Little Road in English, what is the Bengali title of the first film in the Apu trilogy, which focuses on Apu's early life in rural West Bengal?
I don't know.
Pass.
It's called Pather Panchali, and you really got to watch it. The principal composer for all 3 films in the trilogy was which Indian musician, born 1920? This composer also co-scored the 1982 film Gandhi.
I think Ravi Shankar was born in 1920. Was he a composer, though?
Maybe.
Shankar?
It was Ravi Shankar. Well done. Let's start the question. Born in 1888, which Swiss mathematician's works include the 2-volume Foundations of Mathematics, co-authored with David Hilbert, and 1958's Axiomatic Set Theory? He is represented by the letter B in the abbreviation NBG, referring to a version of set theory that emerged from work by him, John von Neumann, and Kurt Gödel.
Imperial Dina.
Banach.
No,
Sheffield Lewis.
Bernoulli.
no, that was Paul Bernay. Let's start the question. Writing in the early 18th century, what city did Daniel Defoe describe as the cleanest and beautifulest and best built city in Britain, London accepted? Whilst noting its fine university buildings, he calls it a city of business, explaining that its merchants have made much of the opportunity of trade with the American colonies enabled by the recent union with England and its west...
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Edinburgh.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Its west-facing geographical location.
Sheffield Dobby.
Glasgow?
It is Glasgow, yeah. Your bonuses, Sheffield, are on countries that have exactly 3 official languages. Which Pacific island nation, despite its significant number of indigenous languages, has 3 foreign-derived languages with official status? English, French, and the English-based Creole, Bislama.
Bislama. English and French. Was that New Caledonia or something? Or? No, it's not country. Micronesia, maybe?
Yeah.
Micronesia?
No, it's Vanuatu. The 3 official languages of the Comoros are French, Arabic, and Comorian, or Shikomoro, a language closely related to which other, more widely spoken language?
Portuguese, maybe?
I was thinking Swahili.
Sure.
If it's along there.
Go for it.
Swahili?
Yes, well done. Which mainland African country has Spanish, Portuguese, and French as official languages?
Equatorial Guinea, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Lucifer as well? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Equatorial Guinea?
Yes, well done. Time for a picture round now, and for your picture starter, you're going to see an engraving. For 10 points, I need you to name its artist.
Imperial Kang.
Hogarth?
It is Hogarth, yeah, exactly. For your picture starter, you saw Hogarth's satirical critique of the South Sea Scheme, which featured a prominent Wheel of Fortune at its centre. For your picture bonuses, 3 more representations of the metaphorical Wheel of Fortune in art. 5 points for each artist you can name. First, this French artist.
Oh, no.
French, okay.
I can't tell if it's Impressionist or after that.
I assume it's Impressionist, but
The colours are very weird, though.
let's just come up with some names, why don't we?
Monet? No.
You don't think it's Monet? Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know, Cassatt? No,
No,
French,
Cassatt, not
definitely
Cassatt.
not. Okay.
Monet. Just go Monet.
Monet.
No, it's Redon.
Oh, well.
Secondly, this British artist.
This is Edward Burne-Jones.
Edward Burne-Jones.
It is. Lastly, the Venetian artist behind this painting of Cupid with Fortune's Wheel.
Oh, is this like one of the Lorenzettis?
How many are there?
No, wait, no, he's not Venetian, no, he's Sienese.
Okay.
Sienese. Okay, Titian, Tintoretto, it's not gonna be Canaletto. Tintoretto?
Okay.
I don't know.
Tintoretto.
Back the wrong horse, it was Titian. Bad luck.
Ah.
Let's start the question. The picking of what fruit is the subject of a 1966 poem by Seamus Heaney?
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Blackberries.
Well done. Your 3 questions on foundation myths. The establishment of the city of Dwaraka, or Dwarka, in modern-day Gujarat, is closely associated with which Hindu divinity? Born in Mathura, to the south of Delhi, he is sometimes depicted with blue-black skin and a crown of peacock feathers.
Oh,
Does Shiva have blue skin?
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of sometimes.
Right.
Maybe go. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, do you-
as in maybe just go Shiva. I don't know.
Did you have anything?
No, I can't think.
Are you sure? Okay.
Sure.
Shiva?
No, it's Krishna. Depicting an Aztec foundation myth, the flag of Mexico bears an emblem showing what 2 animals, the one holding the other in its beak?
It's eagle and snake.
Yeah, an eagle and a snake.
Correct. In the Roman foundation myth, Romulus and Remus were the sons of Princess Rhea Silvia of Alba Longa and which Roman god?
Mars.
It is Mars. Well done. 4 minutes to go. What 8-letter word derived from the Latin for carrying away can be used to indicate all of the following? In machine learning, a study in which parts of a network are removed in order to test their impact on a network's overall performance. In meteorology, the processes that reduce a glacier's total mass. And in
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Deposition.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And in medicine, a procedure, often surgical, that removes bodily tissue. No, I'll tell you, it's ablation. Now let's start the question. Isabel of Gloucester and Isabel of Angoulême were successive consorts of which King of England?
Imperial O'Flanagan.
John.
Yes, it is King John. Well done. 3 questions on a chemical reaction. Named after the Australian scientist who developed it, what name is given to the organic reaction in which an aromatic compound is converted into 1,4-cyclohexadiene?
Aromatic.
Come on,
I don't know.
Pass.
it's Birch reduction. Name either of the 2 alkali metals that can be used as reducing agents in the Birch reduction.
Probably lithium or sodium.
Okay. Lithium.
Correct, well done. And the other one was sodium, well done. Nice. What compound is the most commonly used solvent in the Birch reduction, turning a striking blue colour when the alkali metal is added to it due to the presence of solvated electrons?
Ammonia.
Ammonia.
It is indeed, well done. In metallurgy, what short word refers to rapid cooling of a metal in water or oil to achieve
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Quench.
It is quench, well done. 3 questions for you, Imperial, on a literary work. A novelistic treatment of the story of Ben Grandier, who was burned at the stake after being found guilty of witchcraft, The Devils of Loudun, is a 1952 work by which author born in Godalming in 1894?
1894. England. Graham Greene.
No, it's Aldous Huxley. In the late 1960s, which Polish composer wrote Die Teufel von Loudun, an opera based on John Whiting's stage version of Huxley's book? This composer's other works include A Threnody for the Victims of Hiroshima.
Penderecki.
Yes, well done. Which British filmmaker directed the 1971 film The Devils, based in part on both Huxley's book and Whiting's play?
1971. British.
Blanking here.
No, just pass.
Pass.
It's Ken Russell. Let's start the question. Which genus of 35 or so species of popular garden plants in the nightshade family is said ultimately to take its name from a word in the South American Guarani language that roughly translates as...
Imperial O'Flanagan.
Tomato.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Tobacco plant. No, I'll tell you, it's petunia. Let's start the question. Used in an allusive sense by authors such as Herman Melville and James Joyce to indicate a mix of incongruous parts or something simply outlandish, what fabulous flying beast was first named in Ariosto's 1516 work Orlando Furioso?
Sheffield Assisi.
Hippogriff.
It is indeed. Your bonuses are 3 questions on a British Crown colony. The Crown colony of Labuan, established in 1848, was located off the northwestern coast of what city?
Borneo.
Yes. In 1907, Labuan became part of which British Crown colony that included Singapore, Penang and Malacca?
Strait settlements.
Yes. After the Second World War, Labuan was incorporated into the Crown colony of North Borneo, which became a state of Malaysia in 1963 with what name? This state ceded Labuan to the federal government in 1984.
Sarawak.
No, Sabah, bad luck. Let's start the question. Introduced into physics by Kepler and formulated into a law by Galileo for horizontal motion on Earth, what Latin word, meaning inactivity or idleness?
Sheffield Price.
Inertia.
Yes, your bonuses are on motorsport. Popular since the 1920s, what motorsport consists of races on oval dirt tracks by teams of riders on single-speed motorcycles with no brakes?
Motocross.
No, it's Speedway. The Speedway Great Britain Premiership champions in 2024 were Bellevue Aces, based at the National Speedway Stadium in which city? And at the gong, Sheffield have 120 and Imperial have 160. Well, the answer to that last one was Manchester. Sheffield, it was so even for the first 20-odd minutes, and then basically Oscar woke up and suddenly had a little run of answers and you were slightly left behind. But we're going to get to see you one more time. You've still got a chance, so you may yet get to the semi-finals. Imperial, that kimchi keeps bringing you luck, doesn't it? You might just have to remind us why you've got the kimchi, Oscar.
Because if it weren't for a bonus on Korean cuisine in the first round, we'd be out.
You would be out, but you're very much here, and we're going to very much see you again. Congratulations on that superb victory against a very strong team. I hope you could join us next time for another quarter-final match, but until then, it is goodbye from Sheffield.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Imperial.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.